This week on LCARA Ham Radio, the club's going to set up for the Habitat for Humanity half marathon / 10K. We're going to set up some emergency stations out there with some ham radio operators in case anybody has any problems. That's what's coming up this week on LCARA Ham Radio. Folks, as we look at the map, the half marathon / 10K is going to go from Braunston, Kentucky, just across the bridge, way over there on the left, all the way across from left to right over to Main Street in downtown Somerset, back down the hill, and then back to Somerset Community College. So you can see in red and those gaps within the route where we're setting up those aid stations and ham radio communications in case we need to call emergency services. And this is why you as a club or your club can get out there and help your community. These types of races need our assistance in ensuring that any participants that have any problems will have immediate help respond to their situation. And yes, it does take a few operators on this day. I think we had 10 to 13 people out there, but that's what they're looking for. And it also allows you to showcase your skills. Let's go out on the course.
Club, and we're providing emergency comms. I saw your equipment here. I'm like, this is awesome.
Line up right here at the start where this orange paint is, please. If you're a streaker, also make sure you're here in the front. We're going to get started in 3 minutes.
So as the participants get ready there on the starting line, there were 100 plus individuals that were going to be racing. Now this is at the half marathon start. There's also further up on the course where the 10K starts. So this isn't all of the racers for that day. Some will be doing the half and some will be doing 10K. But you can see we've got emergency vehicles out here. We've got motorcycle police officers as well as a lot of vehicles with lights to ensure the safety of these participants. We had 2 amateur radio operators at this location, and then we had several again strung out along the course. They even had a really nice drone from one of the search and rescue operators there at the race. Beautiful morning, great temperatures. Couldn't have asked for a better day to go and watch these runners compete. There's the bridge from Braunston over to Burnside, Kentucky. And as we can hear, 30 seconds until the race starts. Pretty exciting on this morning. This is not a hard event for your club. And again, it doesn't require a lot of individuals, but you do need to have a net control, someplace where you can set up centrally. We set up the emergency communications trailer at Somerset Community College right at the finish line. And there they go. So the race has started again. This is for the half marathon start, and then further up on the route, the 10K will get started. Now we'll be using our local repeater. This is going to be utilizing the 88 site, so we will have no problems communicating from any of these locations, or most of these locations, I should say. Now this is at one of the aid stations in Ferguson. This is about halfway on the route. And you can see the motorcycle officer here coming in, and he's leading the way. He's basically staying in front of the leader of the race. So we have an amateur radio operator here that's going to call in and let Net Control know that the first runner has gone through this station.
Good job.
This gives us an idea of how quickly the runner will be coming in. Of course, they have a clock at the finish line, but it also gives us an indication when the last runner goes through, because the amateur radio operator stays there until the last person. And the last person also has a vehicle behind them, signifying the last of the participants. A couple of gentlemen coming through at a really good pace for this race, and we had a couple of ladies. We had a number of ladies participating, but a couple of ladies coming through also very quickly. This is Chad. This was the organizer of the race, and Scott, one of our amateur radio operators, Scott put a lot of effort into getting this race set up for us, and where to put our equipment and where the aid stations needed to be. If it wasn't for Chad, we wouldn't have been invited to help out. And want to congratulate him on a very successful race, but also thank him for inviting LCARA to come out and help out. One other thing to mention here is make sure that you're staying in contact with your organizations in your community. This is Habitat for Humanity, but there's cancer races, American Heart Association races, and so on. Inside the emergency communications trailer, we've got two of our lovely ladies, Miss Wanda and Miss Deb. So we did have the emergency communications trailer out there, and we had Mr. Don also working with these ladies to ensure that as runners came through, the first and the last, we knew where they were along the route and when each of our ham radio operators could tear down and come back to the main location. Don't forget to subscribe, folks, and like during this video. If you like this kind of content, again, we're just trying to show what clubs can do out in their community. Chad was nice enough to take a quick picture of us here in front of our banner and the emergency communications trailer at the finish line. You can see we got Don and Wanda, myself, and Scott there on the right. And again, we just want to bring this type of content to show you what your club could be doing to get on the air. And every time we take this trailer out, it is basically our calling card, our billboard, if you will, that amateur radio is alive and well. For the Lake Cumberland Amateur Radio Association, this is KY4 BDP. Thanks for watching. 73.